Hey Seminoles, Keith Cottrell here from the Pearl Tyner House. Moving to a video format this month so that you have the flexibility to review our monthly information instead of being tied to a 12:30 or 5 o'clock conference call time frame. Christian's going to lay information over the top on this video and allow you to be able to review it whenever it is convenient for you on your schedule. We will be able to go back to a conference call if someone needs that, and we will still provide minutes in a hard copy form for those who request that. So let's go ahead and get started. Up first is Online Marketplace. Scotty's worked really hard to bring you last year's items that were really popular, as well as updating new offerings for this year. Our expectation is to go live on July 15th. Expected turnaround time will be 3 weeks early on, so make sure to get your orders in early. Football posters will be included, paid for by your club's team staff, and they will be shipped along with whatever your Online Marketplace order is. Codes will not be released until your financials have been signed off on by Beth Edwards and our foundation accountant ladies. Please make sure that you get that stuff done so we can release your code. Let us know if you have any questions on this. Next up is elections info. It's that time of year when we start to turn over our boards and have new people join and be a part of the Seminole Club life. Please make sure to let us know when you're voting for your officers and when your meetings are. This isn't meant to check up on you, but more so to protect you, because we do have people complain when they weren't notified. Please make sure you're advertising when your meetings are via social media. Feel free to reach out to us. We'll be glad to do that for you as well. The National Board has asked us to offer a centralized set of bylaws for the clubs to operate under. The goal being by this time next year to have every single club operating under the same bylaws. We strongly consider using this set as they are in line with the Seminole Club Constitution that was formed many years ago. Reach out to Christian, Scotty, or myself for those bylaws, and they are also posted on the club resources page online. Reporting document pack. Our team has worked really hard to reduce the effort that's needed by you, the volunteer, so we've digitized a lot of the documents that you know are required. This includes your board contact info. Yes, we know a lot of you have the same board members from year to year, but addresses, phone numbers, and emails do change, so we do ask that you turn those in. Your executive summary, which has been drastically reduced from 5 pages down to 1, your scholarship submission form, and we even created a turnover document for those people who are outgoing as president to leave helpful hints and vital information to those coming in. All of that done in a fillable PDF that you can save and be able to email back to us pretty quickly. Be looking for that. It'll be attached on an email out very soon. Kickoff parties. We're down to about 10 Saturdays left until Knowles football returns. It's time to start thinking kickoff parties. What will be your location, the date, the time? Take advantage of the energy around the program and Coach Taggart's start, and obviously the Monday night Labor Day kickoff against Virginia Tech. Get your marketing request form in so we can begin to list you on the website, the Facebook feed, and get your e-blast set for a good date. We do need time in advance to get those out in advance, so help us out and give us as much information as you can early on. Looking forward to starting off with a great kickoff party into a solid football season. Endowments. For those clubs who have endowed funds, Christian has developed a direct marketing piece that will be unique to your club and your endowment fund. The link inserted in the graphic will take donors directly to the foundation page for your fund and allow them to contribute. There's lots of good ways to push participation in relation to football events. One idea has been to push people every time we kick a field goal to give $3, to every time we score a touchdown to give $7. But Christian has a direct link for social media, as well as a ticket for the tables at your football watch parties. Every $5, $10, $50 helps and can really be a great way to help build those endowment fund balances. So for those of you with endowments, please say thank you to Christian for making those available to you. Next up is QuickBooks Online. Important reminder, please begin to close out your transactions in QuickBooks for this spring. Online marketplace codes and stipends for the next fiscal year will not be sent out until Beth Edwards and the foundation accountants sign off on their completion. Please don't hold yourself up to be able to start your fall with your stipend or your online marketplace just because you haven't accounted for last year's money. For those folks who are new, please understand that when giving out university funds, it has to be accounted for. So we're not checking on you to bother you. We're checking on you so that we can continue to be able to provide financial support to you and make it easier for you as a club just to get a check rather than have to go beat down doors for memberships. So please tighten up your QuickBooks Online. Reach out to Beth at any point in time if you have any questions on that. Get with your treasurers, get with your presidents, and make that happen pretty soon. Thank you. Last up is non-athletic events. You guys have done a great job in the last year beginning to promote Florida State as a whole and reaching out to folks who might not be totally in tune with everything that's going on with Florida State athletics, but who still want to be a part of the Seminole family. I know Orlando, DC, Cincinnati, Sacramento, just to name a few off the top of my head, have had some successful events that have really brought out a new type of person who might not have been participating at simple game watches before. So want to encourage you guys to continue to do that. It's a great time to be a Seminole and in a lot of different ways, and we want to continue to sell the university as a whole. And you guys are doing a great job, so we wanted to point that out and say thank you. Last up, a point from our admissions office. We had the chance at our quarterly direct support organization meeting to hear from the folks in the admissions office about how difficult their job has become. One of the things that they really pushed on us was to get the word out to all Seminoles, not just club leaders, but all Seminoles, that the admission standard is getting tougher and it's not going to get any easier. Florida State is seeing a record amount of admissions applications this year, and they expect it to only go up next year. We really need to be able to push out to folks and say, hey, just because your father, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, your brother was a Seminole does not necessarily mean that you will become a Seminole as well. The standards have to be met. So please start to push out as you talk to folks that, hey, admissions is getting harder. Students are going to need to really dial in on their academics and their outside of school activities to be able to present the most well-rounded application possible. No one wants to tell anyone no, but we are aiming for the best of the best, and there's only so many spots. So please mention that as you have conversations with folks, that it's not just the way it was when some of us got in, where if you had a pulse, you got into Florida State. We're now pushing into the top 25 of all public universities, and admissions wants to pass along that that's how that will be. Thanks, and go Noles. Hey Seminoles. Thanks for bearing with us as we take our first stab at a video conference call. Hopefully that the information being on the screen where you can go back, rewind, and check it at your leisure works better for you. As with anything, we'll get better the second time we do it. Feel free to reach out to any of us if we can help you. Thanks for everything you do, and go Noles.